the first time that I felt that this virus was going to turn into something that was obviously going to become very overwhelming was when my family and I were on spring break early in March. We actually went ahead and rented a cabin where we could stay isolated but yet get away from all of the stress. While we were there, I remembered the thoughts in my head, and I was thinking to myself, like, while I'm here in this cabin, everything's going to be fine because we can maintain social isolation and distancing. But it was really overwhelming to think, what am I going to do when I get back to work? The second I would get back to work, the exposure risk would be there for myself. It would be there for my patients. And what if I brought this home to my family? I mean, it was a pretty overwhelming feeling. So I had already started to think, how was I going to implement measures in my practice that we can keep everybody involved safe? I started brainstorming a lot of ideas while I was on vacation. It wasn't really much of a vacation because my mind already started rolling with these thoughts and what I needed to do when I got back. But it did give me the opportunity to come up with a few ideas so that when I did get back, that I would go ahead and try to implement that. One of the ideas that we came up with were, even if we weren't able to see patients, there were some patients that needed, for example, Coumadin checks done, and they needed, dose adjustments and things. And how are we going to handle those? So we came up with an idea where our medical assistant could actually go ahead and receive a phone call from a patient when they parked up into the parking lot. And she would go out there with her personal protective equipment and actually just do the patient's Coumadin check for them while they were still in the comforts of their own car and isolated. It allowed us, to think out of the box and come up with several opportunities that we can still take care of patients, but yet at the same time try to protect both the patient and ourselves from the exposure risks involved.